Hey everybody, I'm Kris. Considering all the good things we have to say about Monoprice products, isn't it kind of weird that it's taken us this long to actually review one? Luckily, it seems like it was worth the wait. Most of the box is occupied by the subwoofer. Then you have the center channel speaker and the four identical satellite speakers. Aside from this, you'll find an RCA cable for connecting the subwoofer as well as mounting hardware for the satellite speakers. The speakers all have what I've come to think of as the Monoprice look. That is, they're black and very sparse in design. They certainly don't look ugly or cheap, but it's very clear that as part of keeping the cost down, no additional money was put into making them look more attractive. Still, the all-black design will make it pretty easy for these to fit in most rooms. Four satellite speakers come with C-brackets to allow them to be mounted on walls and aimed at the listening position. This hardware is made of plastic but feels fairly sturdy. The cabinets of the center channel and satellite speakers are plastic as well, while the subwoofer seems to be made of some wood-like substance. Despite the materials used, all of the speakers feel very solid. The satellite speakers are roughly 6 inches tall and 4 inches wide and deep, while the center channel is fairly close in size and somewhat resembles one of the satellite speakers turned on its side. Both the center channel and satellite speakers use paper woofers, which some find flimsy. I, on the other hand, have always preferred paper woofers, at least for sound, so this really comes down to a matter of taste. The Monoprice 8247 system only consists of speakers, so you will need your own AV receiver to use the setup. We can't help you there. The satellite and center channel speakers use solid metal connectors, though it's worth mentioning that these don't accept banana plugs. The subwoofer uses a dual RCA input, though Monoprice doesn't provide a Y cable for it. There are two main controls on the subwoofer, a volume knob and a knob to adjust the crossover frequency. These are located in the back of the subwoofer, as is usually the case, and once you have these set to your liking, you shouldn't need to adjust them again. There's also an auto-on switch that some users, including myself, have found problematic. When using this, the subwoofer would occasionally stop working and needed to be turned off and back on before it would work again. Ignoring the auto-on feature and just leaving the subwoofer turned on avoided this issue. Dialogue was very clear through the center channel, even for relatively quiet dialogue and explosion-heavy action scenes. For less over-the-top content, you might find the speaker lacking in bass somewhat, though this can often be remedied through the use of EQ or by adjusting the subwoofer crossover. The tinny sound often associated with speakers this small was surprisingly absent. The satellite speakers provide nice directional cues, and despite the general small size of all the speakers, the sense of being enveloped by the sound in a movie was very powerful. These do have the same issues with bass as the center channel speaker, but can also be compensated for in the same way. The 8-inch downward-firing subwoofer pumps out a surprising amount of bass. When I first set up the system for testing, I pushed the volume towards the upper limits on the subwoofer, assuming it would be necessary for powerful lows, but quickly found myself turning it back down. The overall balance between the subwoofer and center and satellite speakers is very nice, especially once you have the crossover frequency set to your liking. Even pushing the volume much higher than I ever really watch movies with, there was little to no distortion present. Music didn't sound as good, though this is usually the case with home theater systems. Considering the price, I was still fairly impressed. Overall, this system sounds much better than it really has any right to at this price. Now, you'll definitely find better home theater speaker systems out there, but you're going to pay a lot more money for them. For anyone who wants a decent home theater setup without spending much money at all, this is probably the one for you. We're giving the Monoprice 8247 an 8.5 out of 10. And that's it for this one, everybody. For all the details, check out the full review over at SoundGuys.com. And if you want to stay caught up with what we're up to, try signing up for our newsletter. A link to sign up is down in the description. If you like the video, let us know, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm Kris Wook. Thanks for watching.